So Buck Showalter and the Mets are doing it, and they had a big play over the weekend here against the Diamondbacks inside Studio 42. And Cliff, Mike, I am Fran. So we're going to take you through that. Mike and Cliff are here, and that's, it's for all the baseball nerds out there. But it's important to know the rules, to know each and every rule. And Buck Showalter, we were lucky enough to have him here as part of our family for a couple of years, and he was fantastic to work with. But even with working with Buck, he always was asking questions. Do you know about this? Do you know about that? Do you know about this? And in that situation there, we saw Dom Smith had scored Mike on a sacrifice fly, and so they wanted to make sure the D-backs did that he didn't leave early. So J.D. Davis was at first base, and J.D. basically, once they decided that they were going to go ahead and then try to do the appeal, J.D. took off. And so Ali Perez then started to go after J.D. Davis, and basically the reading of the rule is that once you start to go after that runner, the appeal is over. So just take us through that and kind of explain to us, for the people at home who had no idea in the park, well, what's going on here?
I want to preface with one thing. Okay. There are so many rules in baseball that, a lot of people say, well, the players don't know all the rules. Are you kidding me? I've had umpires tell me they've been big league umpires for 20 years, and they're still learning something new. So we're all learning something new.
Right.
In this situation, there was a tag-up, like you mentioned, at third base by Dom Smith, right?
Yep.
They wanted to appeal. So what happens is the pitcher, in this case it was Oliver Perez, he's a lefty. He comes set. Well, let's take a look here. Actually, I think they would have lost the appeal because I think Dom actually did it perfectly. So we look at that. They want to appeal. Let's take a look. Let's see. No, he's good. This was a legit. But either way, he's safe. What Buck Showalter did say was he couldn't get the replay fast enough from his replay guy, so he didn't know if Dom Smith in fact left early. Okay. So you have to come set. Oliver Perez comes set. What should happen is he steps off, easily throws to third. They make the appeal. The umpire says safer out. Now, Buck Showalter, in the cerebral mind that he is, as he explained when we saw the clip, is once you make a movement towards that runner, the appeal is nullified. So the brilliance of this play is this. Let's say they get J.D. Davis out.
Right.
Why'd you run into the third out?
Right.
Well, if you're not sure if that run scores, I'll trade a run for an out any day of the week. Yeah, I'll beat you 27-0. Basically, that's what it is. What's crazy is that he actually takes the time in spring training. I heard he was going to guys explaining different rules, different nuances of the game, and J.D. Davis had to process it and understand that this is going to work in this situation. So he takes off. And to be honest with you, I didn't know the whole scope of the rule because I thought, well, if he makes an attempt but doesn't try to tag him, I knew if he tagged him, it's the third out.
Right.
So then it's over. Appeal done, that run scores. I knew that part. I didn't know that if the attempt towards the runner, so you're attempting to change the play, right. I guess the first move and only move has to be your appeal.
Right.
It's pretty interesting. I mean, he outsmarted,
right?
So, yeah.
And Cliff, the other thing too, I mean, that was important about that is that J.D. knew that once he got going, that if Ali Perez didn't come at him or didn't come at him right away, that he was going to be good to go.
Right. And that's just paying attention to detail awareness and understanding what's going on here. Right here, J.D. Davis said, I did my job. Right? And all Oliver Perez had to do was step off, like Mikey said, and throw to third. And none of this is even a conversation. So I just look at these as smart, detailed, Buck, being Buck and saying, look, guys, I've been around the block a few times. You guys need to listen to this. Because I knew no rules, Mikey. Through the whole 18 years of me playing. You couldn't ask me one rule in the rule book, and I go, oh, yeah, I've seen that before. Never saw it.
I don't want you to call out any of your previous managers, but, I mean, did you have a time, spring training or during the year or any point where managers would come to you and say, hey?
And I would play for some great ones, right? But I think the biggest thing is watching managers, how they dissect the game, understanding certain of them, how they went about their business, made you sort of pay attention. So if I had a manager who was about the numbers, who was about paying attention to details, seeing who's playing late in the game, I pay attention to that. When you have a manager like Buck is going through spring training, taking the rule book, going, Mikey, have you seen this? You're going, no. But now I have, and now I understand that this play, I don't think you will ever see that again, but I
think it'll be attempted again because, quite frankly, I think most guys think it's a dead ball. Well, I don't think some guys even know that you can advance. That's part one of J.D. Davis knowing as a base runner. Whoever was playing shortstop just pointed to third. So I don't know, maybe he knew, let's not make the play there. What I didn't know, and I learned, I think we're all learning, is the attempt to go at the runner nullifies the appeal. I didn't know that.
I had no idea.
But Fran, I'm going to take you one further.
Go ahead.
I got this sent to me.
Come on, let's,
and I can't think of the two colleges that it was. This situation, runners on second and third.
Okay.
The team hitting had one out.
Okay.
They were down one run.
Okay.
Sack fly, same type of situation.
Okay.
Runner on third goes. Runner on second tags to third.
Okay.
They think he left early. Now, college ball, no replay, no one's.
Right.
The coach on the team with the runners on base is not sure if he left early. He tells his base runner on third to go home. Now the team has a decision. Do you allow now the winning run to score because you want to appeal? It's a two-run gamble.
Right.
I saw it and I was like, wow, this blew my mind. I didn't know you could do that. So I think we're going to see something like that where the problem is the delay, like Buck said, we didn't get the replay fast enough to know. Because if they say, hey, he's good, let him appeal, no one's going to run into an out.
Yeah, I think the biggest point that we made here in this situation is that it is not a dead ball situation. Correct. It's live. I think a lot of players would think, oh, the appeal's dead ball, which means nobody can advance. It's kind of like infield fly rule. You advance at your own risk.
Right.
So you can't advance.
Smart move by JD.